Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US penny stock highlights for Thursday, the 30th of July. A horrible day on the stock market, but the small caps or the penny stocks doing their bit here with ADMA Biologics. We've had the gap through the 50-day, well, the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average today. We need to hold that broken line of resistance from the beginning of the year around $3.30, but above that, we could hit the top of the rising trend channel from February as high as $5.20 as a best case scenario. At this stage, really well below the 50-day line at $2.93, really killing or delaying the upside scenario. Another stock that I haven't looked at here before is on its way, Evofem Biosciences. Here you can see that we've got something of a falling wedge situation, a falling wedge breakout situation. So looking at the shares breaking out of this recent consolidation they've been in. In terms of the detail here, I suppose the breakout level was around 280, so while we're above that on an end-of-day close basis, we've got an initial target there at the 50-day line, 340, and then up to the 200-day moving average at $5. At this stage, probably the realistic target would be somewhere around the $4 level, which is that resistance line projection from June, but at least, as I said, above 290, looking to the 50-day line towards 340 over the next few days. On to another new name with an interesting ticker symbol, FSD Pharma. Here we've got another breakout near the lows. Tends to be significant, having a gap at these sorts of levels. Can indicate an exhaustion situation. As far for the bears, that is, we've got a line of resistance there broken at $4.36. End of day close above that. Obviously, we've come back a long way from the peak, but end of day close back above that would keep the bullish vibe alive. Ideally, we have an end of day close above the 200-day moving average at $4.70. But either way, at least while we're above the that line of resistance at 430 in the 430s, looking for a top of June trend channel target as high as $8.70 is a best case scenario over the next month. This stage, really back below 370 in that uptrend line from June, really killing the bull argument there at FSD Pharma. Kirkland is next, and it's a bit disappointing that it hasn't shown up on the radar here before. A wonderful chart over the near term here with the an extended base, a gap through the 200-day line, and then holding the 200-day line very nicely ever since. Neckline resistance broken at $3.77, so while above that we're looking for further gains. We tested that as new support last week, and the view is that at least while we're above the previous July peak at 475, we're looking at as high as the top of the 2020 price channel target is price channel rather up to $10. It seems to be moving very fast indeed, even as I speak. Moving along, we've got a fresh name as well, another one coming in the form of MYR Group, MYR Group. We're looking at this situation with the breakout out of this triangle from November. The breakout level $33.50, while we're above that looking for towards $50, which is that September resistance line projection over the next month or so. So pretty well set for while we hold above $33.50 in the near term. Another new name today is Peck Company Holdings. This one hasn't quite broken out yet, but it was worth having a look, given that we're not exactly sport for choice today. Gap higher off the floor of the rising January trend channel at $3.90. While we're above that, we're looking for further progress. An end of day close above that June resistance line at $4.80 could take the shares up to $8, which is the top of this year's trend channel. But at least while we're above $4, looking pretty good for Peck Company Holdings. Just a few more to go now. The next one is a stock which, again, I wish I'd seen or noticed before. Pacific Ethanol, wonderful chart here with the inverted head and shoulders, forward slash cup and handle as well. Just everything there. Gap higher today, so while we're above the floor of the gap at $1.80, looking for further gains towards the top of the rising May trend channel as high as $3.50. Sub 180 would have to sort of regroup and try and find out where the support would be, but ideally we have an end of day close above 180 for today. Pitney Bowes is the next contender. Here you can see that shares have gapped up through a line of resistance from January. The line of the resistance nominally at $2.95, and while we're above that on an end of day close basis, we have a retest of the 200-day moving average at $3.38 as the initial target over the next a week or two, hopefully, and then the top of the March trend channel heading towards $4.20 as the big target, obviously while we hold above the $3 area. A new name again comes in the form of Resolute. Resolute. In fact, here you can see that we've broken up through the 200-day moving average around the 290 level. While we're above that, obviously looking for further significant gains. End of day close above, I suppose we're looking for end of day close clear of 360, which was resistance on the way up, would be a good signal that we can make it up to the top of that rising trend channel from the end of December as high as $6. So above 360 up to as high as $6 for Resolute. A stock which I've covered on many occasions in the UK, and one's actually down, I think, 10% today at the moment. But interestingly enough, the US version of Tiziana heading higher and up by around the 11% at the moment. Nice gap higher as well, so at least while we're above the gap and recent neckline resistance at $10.40, let's call it, still heading for the top of that trend channel from January, and as high as $15 at that, or $15.20 at that resistance line projection from the beginning of the year. Last stock of the day is Universal Security. Here you can see how we've gapped higher today after the initial, earlier in the week we had the break of that rather troublesome $1.50 resistance. Now we've got hopefully the bottom of the gap at $1.85 as new support. While we remain above that on an end of day close basis, we could hit as high as $3.50, which is the top of the late December rising trend channel. At this stage, anybody back below $1.50 really upsets the bull argument there for Universal Security. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.